Hey everybody, it's Matt from the Literary Gamers coming to you with another board game review. Today we're taking a look at one of ELO's mini games called Infernal Wagon. This is a time-based game where you're laying cards out. Let's head down to the table to see how it looks and how it plays, and we'll hear my thoughts later on. Alright, so here we have Infernal Wagon set up. This is going to be a time-based game, and you're going to set a timer for 7 minutes. And then you are attempting to get through this entire deck. There it is. I've got it zoomed in so I can't tell exactly what I'm pointing at. And what you're looking to do is find matching cards and being able to draw cards up so you can eventually get to the exit of the mine. Oh, here is my extra card. Okay. So what you are attempting to do is match symbols. Right now, the symbol at the end here is a star, so that's a wild. You can match anything to that. So let's say I were to take this, I think that's gold, and place it here, and move along the track. Now, because I matched, because that's wild, nothing bad is going to happen. But in a two-player game, you can also play another card, keeping in mind that you want things to match. I have nothing else in hand that matches gold, so I'm going to pass and just draw a new card. All right. Now, it is the next player's turn, and they have these cards here. They also do not have gold, but you have to play something. So let's say I take this card here, and I place it here. Now there is, I believe, open communication. I didn't see anything in the rulebook against it. And anyway, you're going to move this forward, and this is handkerchiefs. Now, because the symbols do not match, you're going to discard that many cards of the explosion you just played at the back of the line. So these two cards are going to go away. If ever the card that the wagon is on goes away, then players have lost the game. All right. Now, the player here does not want to play two cards in a row because they don't have matching symbols. However, they do, but it would cause that to happen. Actually, hold on. No, I don't believe it would. If the stop and start symbols are identical, go right to the draw phase. So the player could play this card here because it's handkerchief to handkerchief and be fine. Now, I may have gotten that incorrect. I know the internet will correct me because that's what the internet loves to do. Anyway, then you go to a draw card, and then it goes back and forth. Like I said, if ever there is a point where the card with the wagon on it has to be discarded, then the players lose. The players will also lose if they run out of cards in their hand. Now, how does that happen? That happens when you have the symbol here in the corner with it looks like the skull and crossbones. What happens there is your turn immediately will end. You ignore drawing a card, and your hand is reduced by 1 for the rest of the game. So, that could also happen. If both players run out of cards completely, the game is done. Also, if your timer runs out, that is also done. Now, in the basic game, this is exactly how the game plays. There are some variants in the game with like crystal mines, and then you have special abilities and certain types of danger cards. So there's definitely different ways to play the game as you go along. Now, what is the symbol there that looks like Tetris? That symbol means you're immediately discarding all cards except the 3 most recent cards. So even when you play this card, you would end up getting rid of this one. All right, so the players will win if they get through this whole deck. The card at the bottom is the exit, and that is that. Now, I'm not going to play the app because there's music on it, and I don't want to get flagged for any copyright things. So let's head back up to the top of the table and hear my thoughts about Infernal Wagon. So that's Infernal Wagon from Yellow. This is designer Thomas Briseau. I believe I'm saying that correctly. All right, I'm going to check and make sure because the way they have their symbols here makes it look like they're the designer. So anyway, this is designed by... Thomas Briseau is the illustrator. We have Alexandre Emerit and Florian Fay here as the designers. So what are my thoughts on Infernal Wagon? It's interesting. There's a lot of neat things that the game presents. The rulebook could use some tweaking on how turns go, because the first time Jen and I played this, we were losing within the first 12 to 15 cards, only to find out that there was something incorrect that we were doing, mainly with card draw. The card draw. And when you play the game with just the yellow tiles, the game is kind of bland. But when you add those danger tiles in, the game gets interesting. However, it also means that the game is not being the difficulty has skyrocketed a little bit. And of course, you only have the 7 minutes to play the game. And you will find that on YouTube. Type in Infernal Wagon board game or Infernal Wagon card game, you'll find it. So it's not that hard to play. You're either matching symbols, which doesn't allow the back of the track to explode, or you're not, which causes the back of the track to explode, but you've got to be able to play something on your turn. So there's some interesting things happening in this game, and I didn't get a chance to play through all the modules, but I read through the rules for them, and they look fairly interesting. I, however, don't think this game is going to stay in our home. I think it's going to find a new life at the library, and I think it's going to do very well there. It's nothing against the game. It just is not a fit for us. However, it is a fit for somebody. And this isn't as long a review as others, but that's pretty much all I'm going to say about Infernal Wagon. It's a fun little game from ELO, and I think that there's going to be an audience for this. It's just not Jen and myself that enjoyed it, but that doesn't mean someone won't. So I do recommend it if you love time-based games with tile matching, and you like this Western theme. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.